Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Bachnight coming in live in action, or I guess this is pre-recorded in action. And I wanted to do this video for you to explain your next homework assignment. Instead of just doing it in a Word format, I thought this would be a little bit funner, and maybe someday I'll be a big YouTube star out there. You never know. But I'm trying to step up my game this semester and do a couple extra videos for you. I make it a little bit funner for you. So for our next assignment, I want you to do. It's due on Wednesday. It's just not the. Question sheet for the chapter. I want you to actually learn how to draw a building in 3D modeling software. Okay, and one of the most popular ones out there is called Sketchup, and it was actually an old Google app that they had, just like Google Earth. But now it's just called Sketchup, okay? And it gets better and better each year. And I am one of the reasons, there's a lot of modeling software out there. There's, AutoCAD out there. That's probably another really popular one you might have heard about. But SketchUp, the reason I like SketchUp is that it is also, there's a free version out there for you to use too. So go to Google and put in SketchUp free into your search menu, and lo and behold, here it comes, SketchUp free, right? You can download the regular SketchUp. I'd advise not doing that right now. If you want to, you can get it for about 7 days free. I think it's a whole week free. But I would practice on the SketchUp free first before you do that, so you're not wasting time. The purpose of this tutorial is to figure out how to use this and be a little bit more efficient on it. Okay, just get some ideas of how, if you want to build a building, you need to know how to model it, right? And this is one of the my favorite software is to model it because it's free, basically. So just go to the page and press start modeling. You're not really downloading anything here. It is a server-based program. So I know that I haven't been to CCAC's computer lab, but I know that Robert Morris University, I'm able to, my students are able to download this right on their computer on campus. So if your computer is not fast enough or whatever, you can go on campus and actually do that. I don't want to save my unsaved model. So we'll just get rid of that. All right. One of the first things you do, I think when it comes up, they might ask you to open up an account. I already have an account. All right. And all I did was actually link my Google account to this. So if you have a Google account, it's nice and easy to do. Same password, same everything. All right, just like YouTube and Google is all hooked up, SketchUp and Google is all hooked up, so you can have your same account. If not, open up another one. That will be able to will enable you to actually save projects that you do on this drive, like saving it to the cloud. You can come back and work on them again. All right. On this page, also, that's where you start a new model. Trimble Connect is where you get your old projects that you've actually had up there. All right. You can add a location if you wanted to, and also you can go to the 3D warehouse. Well, what that is people have made different things like chairs and lampposts and solar panels and wind turbines, all these different things, and you can go out there and grab them off the internet and bring them in and download them into your model. Okay, but there are some that are already here in SketchUp, and that's what you'll be using for I think tutorial 3. They'll ask you to get an armchair and bring that in. All right, but you can also design something and then upload it so everybody else can see it if you want to, so someone else could be using your design. Okay, really interactive. Okay, so open up the SketchUp, and before you start out, if I just looking at this where the different things are, there are first thing I do is delete this guy. All right, he's always there. Okay, that's just the beginning, and I'm also going to tell you that if you want to do it in feet or inches or meters, choose feet, please. Choose the English American measuring system, okay, because that's what the model actually teaches you to do. All right, a couple points here. The undo button for this. So if I want that guy back, I'll click the undo down here in the bottom corner. All right, and then the redo. I think in the tutorial on the regular software, it's up here somewhere, up in the top. Like it is for Word and stuff, but here will be the undo and redo. Okay, here's your pointers, your erasers, your different paints. So if you want to paint it or just draw it, all right, and we'll give you a couple different colors, and you can always go and look for more colors too, all right, and different surface foldings, all right. So if you want to make a decking or something like that, that's how you do that kind of stuff. Different ways to draw the lines. So you'll use these straight lines, or you can draw them wiggly lines. Here's your rectangles and how you turn a rectangle, and your circles that you can make, and triangles, all those things. This is another important one. Explodes out. You got your move over here. All right. You rotate, and your scale. All right, find how big it is. All right. This is another important one, which is your push pull, which is a very important one. You're going to be using that. The lickety split. Also, the follow me will start up. I think you do that in tutorial 2. We'll do the follow me. All right. So when you're looking for things, you might have to open up one of these things, because it won't exactly be on that sidebar of the tutorial. All right. Then over on this side, you have entity information. So if you save a project, you'll be able to label it and stuff like that. All right. Here's the instructor, which is basically your help button. Okay, so if you need help of trying to figure out what the push-pull is, you put in the tool, and it gives you a little bit of help on figuring out what that exactly is. All right, the one that I like the best is the components. So we'll have to scroll down a little bit. Here's your different components. All right, that are in the model. I already have them in there. There's none in here right now, so we won't have any. But there's also the 3D. This was the one I had in there. This is the 3D warehouse. So they're going to ask you to get an armchair in tutorial 3. So you just put an armchair into the 3D warehouse. It's a little bit different place than where it was before. So you don't have to get the exact armchair that they use. All right, in this. So we'll use this one. Just click on it, and it's downloaded, and you can see it's right here, and we just drop it in here. And then in the tutorial, they'll teach you how to move it around, spin it so it's facing you, all those fun little things. And there's little tips that they'll tell you, because if you want to keep this on the floor of the house, you got to be on the bottom part. If you're up here, you're beat. All right. Also, it's important to remember here on where things are in SketchUp. It's a little bit, like I said, this is SketchUp free. It's a little bit different than in tutorials. So on tutorial 4, you're going to actually build a little table. So one of the things they're going to do is ask you to make something a component. All right, and you actually need to click the left hand corner. You're on. They'll tell you have to be on what you want to select and edit the component. All right, and that will help you edit the component and pick out which side. So I want to make this part of the component, that part of the component. The tutorial will teach you what we're talking about here. All right, on components, the difference between a component and a standalone, a compartment in a component. All right, so that's where you find those kind of things. They're not going to be up here in the top as it would be in the tutorial. Just left click. See, now I can close the component. All right, so you just left click on the mouse, and that will take them up. And if you're using a compartment, you put on the compartment. Or if it's totally nothing's there yet, you left click, and that will bring everything up to you. And I'm sure you'll find some more shortcuts as you practice along. So where are these tutorials I want you to do? Let's just open up a new tab and just put in SketchUp tutorials. All right, and of course my spelling's terrible, but that's why I love Google. They don't yell at me and tell me my spelling stinks. So here is the one I want you to use. Make sure it is from sketchup.com. All right, because there's a lot of other tutorials out there that individuals do, but this one is from SketchUp itself. All right, you can see the first one's 9 minutes long, 9 minutes and 43 seconds. I think the longest one's maybe 15 minutes. All right, but you see there are 4 tutorials here. All right, so I want you to go through each one of these tutorials. Okay, and they're fun, and it shows you how to move the mouse around, how to get things going. All right, So what I do is just bring this out and start a new window.
When you first start SketchUp, you'll be presented with a welcome screen.
And start building over
Regardless
here
if you're using SketchUp Make or Pro, you'll need to pick a template to start with.
Right here it's telling us
the main difference is the default units of measurement SketchUp will use, such as meters or inches. The other difference is the starting view, which can be from the side or from the top.
So you got to pick
either is fine. Choose a template and start SketchUp. Let's all start from the same view by going to the camera menu,
You can see how
standard
here
views,
a little bit different,
and choose ISO.
The pictures you see here. So
now begin by drawing a rectangle.
Over here is
pick the rectangle tool,
and over here. And
then click once to start a rectangle.
All right.
Pull away,
teach you how to
and click again to finish.
And all that rigmarole. All right.
A quick note about drawing in SketchUp.
And then when you're done,
get in the habit of click
the tutorial. I want you to simply just do a screenshot. All right, so I'll screenshot this on my computer, print screen, and then open up Windows, okay, new Word document, and just paste that right in there so I know that you completed the assignment. All right, and that's it for your assignment due on Wednesday. So there's 4 videos. They might take you, maybe about half an hour to 45 minutes. The last one's the hardest one because it's a little bit more detailed and finding how to make things, components and switching over the legs. You'll see it, but I think you can make your way through it. Okay, so give yourself enough time to complete these. Please don't rush and have fun. All right, because someday you will be building a passive solar greenhouse or something, and it's great to actually do. All right, it's a bunch of fun to do this stuff because you can see on this real quick. Before I get out of here, you can see that on this components, if you put in solar panels, okay, someone has already designed a whole bunch of solar panels, right? And you can see that this one right here, the sun module, is 165 watts. So when you actually, you can do the mathematics and see how much electricity these panels, how many panels you will need to produce the needed electricity for that building. All right, and then you can put in the sun numbers and see if that's actually going to be viable. And there's actually add-ins for this. All right, so there'll be what's called an energy calculator on the the one that you have to buy. You can go get that little app and add that into the computer software, and put in all these different things like the solar modules and the sun and all this stuff, and boom, it will calculate that energy consumption for you. And then you can say, okay, this is a LEED certified, this saves us this much money, we're going to get 5 stars for this part of the energy conservation. Or it'll be a different wall or a material out there. So maybe it's an Adobe home and you put the Adobe walls in there, and it'll calculate the R factor of those Adobe walls for you. And you'll be able to say, okay, this is why I'm using this, and boom, that's why I need to be, get a couple extra stars for my Adobe walls. All right, makes sense? So have fun with this software. I hope you enjoy it and find it fun. Okay, have fun with it. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email or give me a call. All right, I'll try to help you out as much as I can. All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you soon, or stop to you soon. Maybe I'll do a face reveal sometime during this semester. We'll see you. Thanks.